There are two kinds of people in this world. The first kind sees what they want. The second kind only sees what stands in the way. Which one are you before you read any further? Pause for a moment and drop a comment below. I see the goal, or I see the obstacle. Be honest. That's the first step toward rewriting your future. Some people look at a goal and think, let's go. Others look at the same goal and say, yeah, but the line is too long. Here's a true story. A friend and I finished a run in Central Park. At the end, they were giving away free bagels. I said, let's grab one. He said, nah, the line's too long. I said, but they're free. He said, still not worth the wait. That's when it hit me. I saw the bagels. He only saw the line. So I walked up, reached between two people, grabbed two bagels, and walked away. No one got mad, because you're allowed to go after what you want as long as you don't block someone else from doing the same. How many dreams have you abandoned because the line looked too long? How many goals did you bury under the words, maybe later? People who win in life are not the most talented. They're the ones who stop staring at the obstacle and just move. You don't need permission. You don't need a perfect moment. You need a decision. So what do you see right now? The thing you want, or the thing in the way? Because whatever you focus on, the prize or the problem will shape your future. Stop watching the line, start chasing the bagel. You don't have to wait in line, just don't get in anyone's way. Life doesn't require you to follow the same path as everyone else. You don't have to stand in line. You don't have to play by outdated rules. You just have to make one promise. Don't block someone else from getting what they want. That's it. You want the bagel? Go get it. You want the opportunity? Take it. You want to build your dream? Build it. Just don't stand in someone else's way while doing it. There's a dangerous belief out there that there's only one way to succeed. One path, one system, one ladder to climb. But that's a lie. The truth. Success has no formula. It has rules, but not all of them are fixed. Some people go through the door. Some people build a new one. Some people jump through the window. You get to choose your route. You get to create your method. You get to write your story. Just don't erase anyone else's in the process. So here's the mindset. Break rules that are outdated. Create space for others as you rise. And always remember, your freedom doesn't require someone else's loss. Take your shot. Take it fast. Take it boldly. The only line you need to follow is your own. You can't do this alone. Help others and let them help you. The myth of the lone wolf is killing greatness. The idea that you have to do it all yourself, prove you're tough, or show no weakness is a lie and a dangerous one. The truth is this: you will not win alone. Not in business, not in life, not in anything that truly matters. Look at the Navy SEALs, the most elite warriors on earth. The ones who make it through the brutal selection process aren't always the strongest, the fastest, or the smartest. They're the ones who, even when they're physically broken and emotionally exhausted, still find strength to help the person next to them. That's leadership. That's brotherhood. That's what winning together looks like. The world is too hard and too complex to face it solo. You need people, and people need you. You must learn two things: how to show up for others, how to let others show up for you. When someone says, "I've got your back," believe them. When someone asks, "Do you need help?" say yes. And when you see someone struggling, step in. Not because they're weak, but because they're human. Helping isn't weakness. Needing help isn't failure. It's strength, it's courage, it's connection. And here's the beautiful secret. The moment you admit, "I'm stuck, I need help," people rush in. because they've been waiting. They just didn't know you were ready. So take pride in your resilience. But don't wear isolation like armor. You are not alone. You were never meant to be strong alone, unstoppable together. Real leaders. Listen first, be the last to speak. In a world obsessed with being heard, the most powerful move is to be silent. Not out of fear, not out of hesitation, but out of strategy, out of respect, out of wisdom. Nelson Mandela, one of the most revered leaders in history, was once asked where he learned leadership. He said, "From watching my father in tribal council meetings." What did his father do? He sat in a circle and he always spoke last. That's the difference between noise and influence. Great leaders don't enter a room to dominate. They enter to understand. They listen, they absorb, they give others the gift of being heard before they deliver their truth. Why does it matter? Because when you speak first, people adapt to you. When you speak last, you adapt to reality. And that's how real decisions get made, from clarity, not ego. So here's your discipline. In every meeting, resist the urge to speak first. Keep your body still. No nodding, no frowning, just observe. Ask thoughtful questions, not for debate, but to understand where they're coming from. Then, when all is said, speak. And when you speak, you'll speak with full awareness of the room, the people, and the truth. It's not about control, it's about connection. It's not about being right, it's about being effective. So practice it in your team, your family, your conversations. Be the last to speak. And when you do, people will listen, because your words weren't rushed, they were earned. Sometimes you're the problem. Own it before it owns you. It's easy to point fingers. It's easy to say, they messed up. It's the system. It's the market. It's my team. But real growth, it begins the moment you look in the mirror and say, maybe it's me. Let me ask you something and answer it honestly in the comments. When was the last time you said, that was my fault, without a but, without an excuse? Write it down. Declare it, because growth begins where blame ends. There's a powerful story from history. In the 1800s, women were dying during childbirth at terrifying rates. Doctors, men of science, were studying corpses in the morning and delivering babies in the afternoon without washing their hands. It took decades before someone had the courage to say, gentlemen, you're the problem. And for 30 years, that truth was ignored, mocked, denied, until finally they washed their hands and saved millions of lives. Here's the truth. You can't fix what you refuse to admit. You want to be a real leader? Then own it, all of it. Own your wins. Yes, but also own the mistake that cost the team time. Own the decision that created confusion. Own the moment when your ego blocked the truth. Because here's the deal. You don't get to take all the credit and none of the blame. That's not leadership. That's vanity. But when you take responsibility fully, openly, honestly, people trust you. People follow you. People grow under you. The moment you say, that was my fault, you gain power, not lose it. So next time things go wrong, ask, what could I have done better? Where did I contribute to this? And then fix it fast. Without excuses, without delay. Leaders don't just fix problems. They first admit when they are the problem. Leadership isn't about you, it's about the environment you create. Want better people? Then build a better environment. It's not about finding the best, it's about creating space where the best can show up. There's a powerful story about two hotels, same employee, two jobs, same man, two different versions of him. At the Four Seasons, this man was alive, smiling, engaged. energized when asked why he said, "Managers here check on me. They ask if I need anything." Any manager, not just mine, but at Caesar's palace, the same man said, "I just keep my head down and get through the day." Why? Because their management only looked for mistakes. Same person. Two completely different environments. Two completely different outcomes. Here's the truth. People don't thrive under pressure. They thrive under trust. They don't grow from being micromanaged. They grow from being seen, heard, and valued. If your people are disengaged, don't blame them. Look at the culture. Look at your tone. Look at your expectations. Do they feel safe to take risks? Can they ask for help without fear? Are they recognized for who they are, not just what they produce? You don't get loyalty by demanding it. You earn it by making people feel like they matter. Because when someone feels safe, they bring their best self to the table, and when they don't, they play small, stay quiet, and hold back. So the real job of a leader isn't to control, it's to cultivate, to build the kind of soil where greatness can grow. Create the right conditions, and extraordinary people will emerge. Not because you hired them, but because you unlocked them. Stay humble. The ceramic cup was never meant for you. Power has a way of tricking you. It makes you believe the attention is for you, that the special treatment, the respect, the upgrades are a reward for who you are, but they're not. They're for your position, not your person. A former Undersecretary of Defense once shared a story. When he held office, he was flown first-class, chauffeured to his hotel, and handed coffee in a ceramic cup. A year later, after he left the role, he flew coach, hailed his own cab, checked himself in, and poured his coffee into a styrofoam cup. Then he said something unforgettable. "The ceramic cup was never meant for me, it was meant for the position I held." That's the reality of leadership. You may sit at the head of the table, you may be addressed as sir, ma'am, or boss, but none of that is for you, it's for the title. And one day the title will be gone and only your character will remain. So enjoy the perks, appreciate the respect, but stay grounded. Because the moment you start thinking you deserve the ceramic cup, you've already lost the humility that made you worthy of it. Lead from the heart, not the height. Serve the people, not the pedestal. And never forget you're just a human, holding a styrofoam cup. Lead with empathy. Help others be at their natural best. Leadership isn't about squeezing the most out of people. It's about unlocking what's already inside them. Too often leaders ask the wrong question. How do I get the best out of my people? As if they're machines, as if they're tools to be used. That's not leadership. That's extraction. The real question, the one that transforms teams, organizations, and lives is, how do I help my people be at their natural best? The answer, empathy. Empathy is not weakness, it's not coddling, it's not soft. Empathy is the courage to ask, what are they going through? What fears do they carry to work each day? What strengths are they hiding because no one ever saw them? We live in a filtered world. Everyone looks fine, everyone seems put together, but behind the screens, behind the smiles, people are struggling, especially the younger generation. Addicted to dopamine hits, chasing likes, drowning in comparison, they've learned to connect with a screen, not a soul, and when stress hits, they turn to devices, not people. But that's not just their issue, it's ours. We built the culture, we shaped the environments, we are responsible. So change begins with you. Start checking in, not just checking performance. Start listening, not just managing. Start making space for vulnerability, yours and theirs. Because when people feel seen, safe, and supported, they rise, they grow, they give you everything. Not because they have to, but because they want to. Empathy isn't a tactic. It's the foundation of true leadership. Help people thrive, and they'll help your mission soar. And now I want to hear from you. What's one way you can lead with more empathy this week? Drop your answer in the comments because your insight might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today.